So today we're launching into an exploration of something traditionally kept, very private.
Very private, yeah.
But our sources suggest it's becoming this really dynamic tool for relationship growth. We're diving into date nights en femme. So the practice of couples incorporating public or semi-public cross-dressing outings right into their dynamic.
And that's a crucial distinction right there, isn't it? We're moving beyond the solo act, the one that's often associated with the closet.
Right.
The material we looked at, it focuses entirely on that shift, on how couples are turning this into a shared activity that builds mutual confidence and, well, deepens emotional intimacy.
Okay, let's dig into that. So our sources are saying this isn't just about one partner indulging a preference while the other sort of, tags along.
Not at all.
The mission here is to transform the whole experience, to take it from that private indulgence into a truly collaborative, shared adventure. I mean, it sounds like it's about teamwork.
Precisely. The core finding is that when both partners are actively engaged, not just, physically there, but involved in the planning, the styling, the navigating of the whole everything, it unlocks this new layer of connection. It shifts the focus away from just managing an identity and toward the shared experience. And that fosters playfulness and this really robust mutual confidence.
It becomes a joint mission.
A joint mission, where shared risk equals shared reward.
So if that mission starts before they even leave the house, then the preparation phase must be key. The sources make a strong case for this. They call it the couple styling challenge.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about that. How does getting ready become a collaborative game?
Well, it immediately injects this element of lightheartedness and trust. The goal is to make the process a game where, rigid expectations can be relaxed a little.
Okay.
So each partner selects one clothing item or an accessory or maybe a key styling element for the other person to wear that night.
That sounds like it requires some serious trust.
Oh, for sure.
And a good sense of humor. I could just imagine the subtle negotiations starting right away. One partner picks a really daring heel and the other chooses like a wild patterned scarf.
And that's where the deeper relational value lies. It's in those micro-negotiations. It's so much more than just picking clothes. These little back and forths, they involve asserting your own ideas while still respecting, comfort zones and boundaries.
So give us an example.
Okay, so the crossdresser might feel ready for, say, bold eyeliner, but the partner, knowing their level of public anxiety, might gently suggest a smoky eye instead. Or they might say, okay, we do the eyeliner, but we only stay out for 1 hour.
So the discussion isn't just about the aesthetic, the color, the shape, but about the terms of engagement for the whole night, the duration, the location.
Exactly. It requires partners to step into each other's shoes, literally and figuratively. It fosters empathy. It gives you real insight into your partner's boundaries, their comfort levels, and these small compromises. Agreeing to a choice you wouldn't have made or respectfully suggesting a little adjustment. That mirrors these huge relational skills.
Like patience and communication.
Patience, communication, all of it. The process of successfully negotiating and creating the look together that reinforces self-esteem, it reinforces validation.
And crucially, it cements that shared ownership we talked about.
It does.
You're no longer just going out dressed, you're going out wearing our creation.
That shared sense of risk in creation is absolutely vital. The sources show again and again that seeing your partner embrace and celebrate an outfit that you helped create, well, it reinforces self-esteem, validation, and it just heightens the excitement for the date. The reward of a successful look is shared.
The whole thing becomes a collective accomplishment.
Yeah, not just a solo presentation, exactly.
Okay, so once the styling challenge is complete, the focus shifts to the date itself. Moving into these themed public outings, and this seems to be about transforming a normal excursion into something really memorable and confidence building.
Well, the themed approach is a fantastic mechanism for building that confidence because it gives the partners a shared script, a narrative to lean into.
Right, a story.
A story. And the themes can be deceptively simple, like just coordinating colors or patterns, or they can be much more immersive, like planning an entire evening around a specific aesthetic or a historical era, or even a fictional concept.
The sources are also pretty specific about where these dates should happen. They lean heavily toward semi-public, low-pressure environments. Museums, cafes, outdoor art walks. Why those places over, say, a busy bar or a nightclub?
It all comes down to managing anxiety and maximizing the connection. Venues like museums or art walks, they're kind of ideal because they're already about visual presentation and creative expression.
That makes sense.
They provide natural distractions and this sort of implicit respect for quiet observation. So a couple can enjoy their presentation without that immediate, intense social pressure you'd get in a loud bar. It's practice.
It's practice in a setting where style is appreciated, but intense scrutiny is, less likely.
But let's be real, even in a low-pressure setting, going out in public like that can be daunting. So what do the sources say about managing that inevitable anxiety? Or, running into someone who's not so positive?
That is the critical moment, right? That's where that mutual confidence really shows. The key is in the coordinated response. The sources emphasize that themed outings encourage storytelling and role play, and that acts as a kind of protective layer. So if you're dressed in, say, 1940s attire for a museum visit, you're not just a person cross-dressing.
You're a person playing a character.
Exactly. And that shift in framing helps mitigate that internal anxiety. The partner's role here is just constant, gentle reassurance. A subtle touch of the hand, maybe, or maintaining eye contact. A quiet, affirming comment about how great they look.
It reinforces that we're in this together feeling.
Completely. It makes the experience of success or even of challenge a shared one. And that successful shared navigation of a public space that gradually builds reassurance. It makes future outings feel incrementally easier.
Absolutely, which is the very definition of relational growth. The practice of navigating those spaces successfully, it just solidifies the bond and reduces the intimidation factor.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Moving from those everyday dates to more structured play. For couples who want a more immersive platform, the sources talk about conventions, themed parties, photo shoots. Cosplay, yeah. That shifts the collaboration from just styling for a quiet dinner to, shared performance and deep creative engagement.
It really does. Cosplay offers, I think, the maximum platform for shared creativity. It requires intense collaboration from the ground up.
I can imagine.
Partners have to brainstorm themes, research materials, make or modify outfits, and they often spend hours practicing intricate makeup or building props together. It transforms the couple into a genuine creative team.
With a finished product you can see and touch.
Exactly. And the public environment in these cases is actively encouraging, which must be a massive boost to the crossdresser's confidence.
It's the ultimate confidence incubator.
These settings are all about positive public interaction and shared celebration. You're building camaraderie with a community that gets it.
A built-in support system.
A built-in support system. And that context is so essential for building confidence because it allows for lighthearted performance, for role play, for modeling, and the external validation, the compliments, people asking for photos, the playful engagement. It's incredibly powerful.
So it enhances the crossdresser's self-esteem.
Hugely. And it encourages further, deeper exploration. Meanwhile, the partner gets this immense pride from their shared creative accomplishment.
We've talked about these high-stakes themed events and the collaborative styling, but the sources also focus heavily on the daily work, these small, confidence-building games in everyday spaces.
Yes, and these are vital for cultivating ease and authenticity. Well, this brings us back to that tension between performance and authenticity. While cosplay provides an exciting framework for performance, these low-stakes activities, like shopping, walking in a park, enjoying a cafe, they're designed to cultivate ease and authenticity when that costume or theme is stripped away. The goal here is just cultivating comfort. It's not about seeking attention.
So if the elaborate themes build confidence in presentation, these little games build confidence in simply being.
That's a great way to put it.
What are some specific low-key game ideas that the material suggests?
They're all structured to inject humor and gentle support into really mundane moments. For example, partners might challenge each other to strike a spontaneous pose for a public photo.
I like that.
Or engage in a playful scavenger hunt for accessories in a shop. Another common one is the affirmation challenge, where partners have to compliment, say, 3 unique styling choices their partner made during the outing. It just reinforces observation and appreciation.
It seems like humor and gentle affirmation are the universal solvent for anxiety across all of these activities.
Absolutely. Humor and consistent, gentle support from the partner. That's what transforms a potentially stressful moment, like catching a curious glance, into an enjoyable, shared moment of private laughter.
Right.
It reduces anxiety, it reinforces trust, and it makes sure that every small, successful outing feels like a shared achievement that strengthens the whole partnership.
That shared sense of achievement, that seems to be the core of the emotional payoff. Let's take a second to summarize that profound emotional resonance these public experiences create. Why do they matter so much to a relationship?
Because they provide a crucible for profound trust. When the partner actively chooses to enter that public space alongside the crossdresser, fully supporting their vulnerability, it creates an undeniable "we're in this together" mentality.
You're not just watching from the sidelines.
No. The partner witnesses that courage and creativity firsthand, which fosters deep pride. And moreover, the shared outings and navigating any discomfort that comes with them create opportunities for vulnerability, for laughter, and for heightened empathy that you just can't replicate in private.
And I imagine the conversation after the date is just as important as the date itself.
These shared experiences, they naturally spark these reflective conversations about what was fun, what felt challenging, and what they might want to try next. This deepens communication, which is the foundational stone of emotional intimacy.
So what are the core relational benefits we're seeing in the sources?
To summarize, we see enhanced communication, deeper emotional intimacy, increased individual confidence for both partners, a significantly strengthened partnership rooted in that teamwork, and of course, a heightened sense of playfulness.
That is a phenomenal summary of the why. So now, let's pivot to the actionable how. For a couple listening who might want to try this to maximize enjoyment and comfort, the sources have a concise list of practical strategies. What are the key first steps?
Okay, planning is absolutely key. It minimizes anxiety and it maximizes enjoyment. So first, plan together. Discuss everything: location, timing, outfits, specific comfort thresholds.
No surprises.
No surprises. Second, start small. The exposure has to be gradual. Prioritize those low-stakes environments we talked about: a quiet cafe, a park walk.
Right.
Third, use humor. Cultivating lightheartedness is just essential for reducing anxiety and keeping it fun.
And when they're actually out, what are the crucial in-the-moment things to do?
Okay, so fourth, offer unwavering support. This means immediate reassurance, positive feedback, visible encouragement throughout the entire outing.
And
Fifth, and this is maybe the most important, respect boundaries, always honor comfort levels, be prepared to adjust plans instantly, and make sure the experience remains enjoyable and consensual for both of you.
And finally,
celebrate the successes. Take time to savor those moments of connection and confidence and fun. These shared victories are the emotional dividends of the whole process.
these date nights on Femme are fundamentally about collaboration, shared courage, and mutual encouragement. And fashion is just the exciting vehicle for that relational growth.
Indeed. They transform public spaces into stages for shared adventure, for laughter, and for love. It's an opportunity not just to explore identity, but to actively deepen the relational bond through mutual experience.